The Story of C. The alphabet family children were born without voices and could not speak, but fortunately they lived near a magical forest filled with trees. Each tree was marked with a ribbon for each child to seek. Then they would water and care for each tree as they would please. Slowly after time, the trees would bloom with the flowers in store, and each letter would climb their tree, eat the flowers, and be silent no more. In this story of the alphabet family, you will learn about a letter named C, and how everything became a complicated mix, all because of his love for tricks. Of all the children, C was the naughtiest of them all. Whenever he thought of a new prank, he wouldn't stall. He would put spiders in his sister's bed, or hang a bucket of water to fall on someone's head, and he would always laugh. A prankster he would always be, for his name was the letter C. That was when two letters decided to end this whole pranking craze. S and K had had enough of their brother's naughty ways, so together they went to hatch a vengeful plot. On their brother they hoped a new lesson would be taught. They decided to go to the forest and find the tree for C. They then proceeded to cut and hide the ribbon of his tree. C had always loved playing by his tree. Over it he would fawn. They imagined how scared he would be with his ribbon now gone. Unfortunately, S and K did not realize something terrible was to happen as a result of them hiding their brother's ribbon. A woodcutter was visiting by the alphabet family home he'd stop. He proceeded to ask Papa Alphabet if he could have some trees to chop. Papa Alphabet explained that if he needed some wood, the woodcutter was welcome to cut whatever he could, but he instructed him to stay away from each tree with a ribbon. The woodcutter heeded the instructions he was given, so he went to the forest and began to cut tree by tree. But unfortunately he made a terrible mistake when he cut the tree for C. He had not realized it was supposed to have a ribbon. It was all because the ribbon was hidden. It was not until the next day, when the alphabet children went to the forest to play, that they saw a sight so shocking some of them would jump. The tree for C had been cut. All that was left was a stump. S and K were shocked. Their little prank had gone too far. C's pranks may have hurt, but this prank left a terrible scar. But the most upset was the letter C. He had loved to play in the forest, all by his tree. But now that his tree was no more, he felt so sad. He was hurt to the core. The children all filed home with sadness in their mood. So upset was C, he barely touched his food. Papa Alphabet was so angry at S and K. He sent them to their rooms for the rest of the day. But this did not help C, who was worried about his voice. With his tree now gone, was eternal silence his only choice?
"Don't worry,"
Mama Alphabet said.
"You shouldn't feel blue. We promise we'll find a way to get a voice for you."
But C worried while his other siblings found voices he'd be quiet. Surely he feared that would make him a laughing riot. So he decided to take matters into his own hands. He realized he needed to devise his own plans. So back to the alphabet forest he went that day, until he reached the tree for K. K's trees were just starting to bloom. They looked so big, like they were ready to consume. So he would go and eat the first blossom. Each flower he would eat one by one. Finally it came to him in a sound. He had to share this new voice he found. Ka, ka, ka. And these are all the words that he can be in. Carrot, cat, cow, crocodile, cookie, car. Then C decided to switch to a new conquest. So he proceeded to go to the tree for S, and up the tree he went, past every branch, whether straight or bent. And when he reached each and every blossom, he began to eat each flower one by one. And then in him came another voice. With that, C suddenly felt the need to rejoice. sa, sa, sa. And these are all the words that C could be in. City, centipede, celery, circus, circle, symbols. Excited C was that he had stolen from each tree. With a brand new sound, he was filled with such glee. The next morning, after returning from the alphabet forest, C went down to join his siblings for some breakfast. It was here that C's siblings noted something quite strange. They saw in him what appeared to be a change. Then with that, he let out a sound. Ka, ka, ka. Where did this come from? They wondered. Then came another. Sa, sa, sa. So C now had two sounds. He was no longer silent. The other children wondered where their brother went. C then sheepishly was forced to confess that he had stolen the sounds for K and S. Papa and Mama were very disappointed in all three, but they decided it was the best to let things be. We have decided the best way to sort this and be fair is for all of you to find a way to share. So this is the reason we have addressed why C sometimes sounds like K and sometimes like S.